What is up, everybody? A big ol' welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to answer a very simple question, and I am in fact going to answer it instantly after we roll this intro. The question is, can you successfully gig with an entry-level guitar? Yes, of course you can. Of course you can gig with an entry-level guitar. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is DJ, and I wanted to present a video to you all asking a question, not particularly a question that anyone's asked me, just something I've wondered for a little while now, and that is, can you successfully gig with a budget / entry-level guitar? Now, if you're up to date on the channel, you may already know this, but I recently picked up one of these. This is a Jackson JS22 King V 7-string guitar. It is entirely stock. I've done absolutely nothing to it other than giving it a really good setup, which again, there's a video of. If you're not sure what I mean when I say I set up guitars, I've done a whole video on it, so you can check that out. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I gig a lot. I'm in a band. We're a groovecore band called HollowKin. We tour and play all over the UK in venues up and down the country, England, Scotland and Wales, and hopefully overseas soon, but you know, that's a topic for another time. Usually I use what I would call high mid-range instruments. So those are my Solar T2.7 LN+. Costs about $1,000, has really good appointments in it. It's designed and built to be played live. Another guitar I use a lot is my Epiphone Matt Heafy Origins custom 7-string Les Paul. Again, it's around about £1,000 guitar. It is built and designed for the road. My LTD TE417, another example, is about an £800 to £900 guitar. It's a 7-string LTD Telecaster. Again, it's built for the rigors of road life. It's designed to be thrown in a case, thrown in the back of a van, be used on stage, thrown back in the van, and go on to the next venue. The difference is when you get down to the entry and budget level end of the spectrum, like with this guitar, they aren't necessarily built and designed for those things. Now, I'm going to say right at the start of this video, and I'm going to reinforce it and say it loud and clear for everyone at the back to hear, you can gig, play, enjoy, and just use to death every guitar ever made. Every guitar, you can use it however you want to use it. There is no limit, there is no bar, there's no prerequisite to what you can use, you can play, and you can enjoy. Absolutely not. And I encourage you, I implore you. You implore me? If you are a guitarist, new to guitar, and all you've got is a budget and entry-level friendly guitar, an excellent, very, very good guitar like this, you can use it, enjoy it with your friends, make music in rehearsal rooms, make loud noises in the garage with your buddies, whatever. There is no bar. There's no prerequisite. But I'm a musician of a certain standard, and I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to be egotistical, but I do play a lot live, and I do play a lot with my band HollowKin, and I do require a certain amount from my instruments. So I thought it would be really interesting to use a budget-friendly guitar. This is around about 300-ish pounds at the time of filming, give or take, adjusted for inflation, adjusted for your own country and all the rest of it. But it'd be really interesting for me, being someone who's used to be playing those guitars that, like I said, are designed to be used on the road and designed to be used heavily. Interesting to see how well a budget, entry-level, friendly guitar plays live and on stage. So tonight we're playing in Camden Town in London at an amazing venue called the Devonshire Arms, amazing metal venue in central London, and I'm going to take this guitar with me and use it tonight at the show. Like I said, it's had a good setup, it's all ready to go. I used it at rehearsal the other night, sounded great, really good guitar. I'm also then going to use it up in Mansfield tomorrow. We have another gig, we're opening a festival called Kinnell Fest up in Mansfield, which is in the East Midlands of the UK, just slightly north and east of Birmingham, and we're playing there. So again, I'm going to chuck this in the back of the van and I'm going to use this tomorrow night. My only fear is I don't actually have a case for this guitar, and none of the cases that I own obviously are going to fit this absolute weapon of a guitar in it. So I don't really know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I guess I'm just going to wrap it up in a towel or cloth or something terrible and chuck it in the fan, see what happens. So pray for the King V. Send your prayers. It's not going to come back looking like this. It's going to get chipped. It's going to get dinged. That is okay. I intend on keeping this guitar. So yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's just see how well This guitar performs in a live situation over the next 2 nights, and I'll run some footage of us going to the gig and all the rest of it, and then in a couple of days' time we'll come back, we'll have a chat, and we'll see how this performed and see what I think. And reminder, yes, you can gig with any guitar. That's not in question, that's not in doubt. So please, you don't need to come at me in the comments like, oh, this is so arrogant because you can gig with any guitar. Yes, I agree. And I am saying that as well. It's just an interesting experiment. It's not that serious. It's just guitars. That'll do. Don't try this at home, kids. No case, 178 miles to travel, up to Mansfield, 3 hours and 20 minutes. She's in for the journey. Who needs cases, eh? Who needs cases? Let's go. Oh my goodness me. So we just got off stage at Canal Fest up in Mansfield, and I wanted to do like a quick in the moment initial kind of video on the Jackson, the JS Surfcaster. No, it's not. It's a JS King V 7-string. My mind's all scrambled because we just literally finished our set. Just to like, what a guitar this is. Like, I'm always saying how good the JS series is, and this whole video is all about, you know, can you gig with a budget guitar? And like I said before we set off this weekend, of course you can. But I had such a good time with it. And I'll tell you the coolest thing, and I'll probably say this again in my little summary at the end of this video when I cut back to when I get home or whenever, but the coolest thing with having a budget friendly guitar on stage is you just almost like don't care about damaging it, denting it, dinging it, whatever, because it's not
like super precious, super valuable. It sounded amazing. It played so well. I was so stoked with how well it sounded through my Victory Kraken. I was using a Marshall cab 4x12, I think AVT 4x12, I can't remember what it was, but it sounded so good. I felt amazing on stage. I felt super cool, I gotta be honest. I felt super cool, and I said to Hods just after we got off stage, I was like, I think I'm a V-man now. I think this is my personality going forward. So yeah, amazing guitar. I'm so stoked I bought it this weekend. Yes, of course you can gig and tour and all the rest of it with budget guitars, but I'll cut to me at home so I can summarize this properly, because I've now got a 7-hour drive to go and find my family on holiday in Swanage. So I've got to go and drive 230 miles to the south coast, and I kind of want to hit the road. So I'll cut back to me either at home after my holiday, or maybe I'll film it on my holiday. Who knows? Let's find out.
All right, we are back from holiday. I had a lovely time. Thank you so much for asking. Right, this thing. Nothing has changed since the very start of this video after the intro, where I said, yes, of course you can gig with a budget and entry level guitar. Nothing has changed. In fact, all I've done is prove that I was right in saying what I said. Of course, you can gig, enjoy, play live with a budget or entry level guitar. This is around about £300. It's one of Jackson's cheapest guitars that they make. I believe it's their cheapest 7-string at least, and it did so well. It absolutely outshone what I expected it to do. I expected it to be absolutely fine. There are certain allowances that I've made in playing a more budget and entry-level guitar. I know that these pickups aren't going to sound as good as a set of Fishmans or EMGs or Seymour Duncans or DiMarzios or whatever, but for what they are, they sounded amazing. And I have to say, especially on Friday night in Camden, I was the only guitarist playing that night for HollowKin. Unfortunately, our other guitarist, Hods, couldn't make the show. We can still play with one guitarist. It's not the same, but we make do. But these pickups made this guitar and my sound absolutely massive in that situation, and I think it picked up pretty well in the footage that I've uploaded. Apologies, it's only like GoPro or camera footage, but I think it comes across pretty well just how massive this thing sounded. Are they the most articulate pickups in the world? They're not. Are they the most clear, clarity driven pickups? Nope, not really, but they sound fine for what they are. Everything in this guitar is going to be getting replaced anyway. That was the plan with this guitar, but that's no reflection on how good this guitar is already. The tuning stability was great. I tuned it on Friday night for the show in Camden, played the whole show, chucked it in the van, drove home, took it out of the van, put it in my house, put it back in the van, drove to Mansfield, did sound check, and it was still, give or take a few cents up or down, sharp or flat, it was still pretty much bang on in tune, which is incredible considering these tuners are probably worth about £5, if that. They're super cheap. I'm talking trade price, by the way. They're super cheap tuners, but they did the job absolutely fine. Everything about it performed really well. So all the upgrades we put into this aren't a reflection on how good this thing is already. Yes, of course, you can play, enjoy live, enjoy with your buddies, a budget entry-level guitar. And in fact, I've said it before in other videos, it just goes to show how far guitar manufacturing has come over the last, 10 years, that guitars like this are such an affordable commodity these days. What a time it is to be a guitarist in 2026. Absolutely amazing what you can get for the money these days. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've got plenty more to say about this guitar. I'm sure there'll be other videos that I do featuring this guitar and how excellent, genuinely excellent it is, but we'll have to talk about that in another video another time. If you found this video fun, entertaining, educational, useful in any way, it would be absolutely sick if you'd hit that subscribe button. I've just hit 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm super stoked. I'm so appreciative of everyone who's here, everyone who's supporting this little channel, leaving comments, dropping likes, hitting the hype button, and who are subscribed to join me on this journey. Thank you so much to everyone for your continued support. If you want to join us for the adventure and see where this whole YouTube thing goes, then hit subscribe. It would be sick to have you with us. I'll look forward to catching up with you in another video very soon. I've got loads and loads of videos lined up. In fact, I've got too much to do at the moment. I'm so fortunate. I've got so many good friends that have lent me some amazing guitars, and I can't wait to share them with you. So I'll catch you in the next video, everybody. Take care until then, and I'll see you then in a bit.